Okay, besides craving my pants for a potential leak of a upcoming skin for Dislight, hint, Drew have that drip. Um, I have another rambling here, and it's another gameplay what if. Falling off of the Payday 3 theory, that shit video, in my opinion, I had my idea for potential characters that they could have or may release, that Overkill may make for the Payday 2 universe, which at this point I don't think they will, like after, them finishing up that story and introducing the fuck was that museum guy? Can't remember his name. Um just after they add him in, they were basically done with characters and perk decks, but there could have been so many other characters that they could have added in that actually could have been a part of the heisting lifestyle, because that was kind of a thing that I noticed about the majority of the characters. They were either licensed characters or oddball out of the blue fucking heisters. Like, let me just take a look at some of them of the Payday gang. And you have the original characters, Dallas, Chains, Hawks, and Wolf. You have Houston, that made sense. Clover also made a little bit of sense as well, since she was like a protege to Hawkston. Oh, Duke, that's what that museum motherfucker was. And it's like a couple of them I could also see as well. Sydney I can also see as a heister because, she was also trying to rob a bank when she crossed paths with the Payday gang. As much as I dislike her, Bonnie, she's, eh. And then, there's Bodie, the fucking discount fucking Bodie from Point Break. But some of these people just don't make sense, Like fucking Ethan Hilla. No. Just no. And then, John Wick, like, his life as an assassin. What is he doing robbing banks? And as much as I love the character Jacket, he's just a psychopath from Hotline Miami. Then you got Jimmy, Jiro, Sokol. You just have like a bunch of people. I mean, fucking God forbid you have Rust, a fucking biker. Then you have Scarface. Like, what the fuck you doing, Scarface? Tony Montana. Aren't you supposed to be in fucking Florida running a drug trade? What are you doing fucking Washington robbing banks? I figured you'd make a lot more money selling fucking drugs. Some of these characters didn't make sense, and I feel like some of the characters they added in didn't appeal to the heisting ideology, so to speak, of Payday 2 or the games in general. So I'm hoping, or I was hoping, that they would add in some more heisting characters. A couple ideas I had in mind that I feel that could have worked out well is, for starters, the Heat characters, especially considering there's a mission from the past game and a remastered mission Pay 2 called Heat Street, which took inspiration from the film Heat, done by Michael Mann. They could have easily have added a couple of the characters from that, where it would be, getting Robert De Niro's likeness for his character, Val Kilmer. It could have been a good fucking job to introduce them into the fucking heisting universe. It could have been nice to have them with their fucking, I guess, a variation of the AR-15, because the Amcar took inspiration from the Heat films as well, and they could have just added them in there. I don't know what their perk deck could have been, but it could have been something along the lines of maybe crowd control or laying down covering fire to help with the fucking, the heat mechanic from the guns, because, there's like the idea if you keep firing shots, it'll cause the guards to like jump to the ground more. They could have done something with that, but I just kind of liked them. It'd been nice if they could like add their characters in it, especially to have their iconic lines of there's heat around the corner, you gotta drop it and go or some shit. Completely fucking butchered that line. Forgive me, Michael Mann. But beyond that, another two characters they could have added from another noticeable heisting game for its time is Kane and Lynch. And that one could have been a little bit more fun in terms of the arcade style, because you could have like two completely separate perks with the two characters. Fucking Kane being a lot more cool-minded and focused on the job, and Lynch being the more psychopath of the fucking gang. But it'd been nice, they could have just had their fucking out like their character models, Lynch having the sunglasses and the fucking balding hair, to, Kane having the busted fucking nose, and him having his signature gun, the SIG 556. Even though the commando's already in there, they could add in a variation to it, and Lynch having a new fucking shotgun of sorts. They could have fucking fit in the fucking heisting world as well. And probably the one character I wanted the most, since, they actually did the fucking collaboration with them, but sadly it was more side characters and just as a mission. Like, I love the missions themselves, but, like, the character add-ons, there was nothing for them. They were just side characters. A Reservoir Dogs character pack. This was kind of like one of those lightning bolt moments I had a couple days ago that made me write it down. Was they could have had a Mr. Blue character. Now, I'm not talking about the old-ass Mr. Blue from the films. It could just be like a brand new character. The only reason why you call him Mr. Blue is because, it resonates with the color theme of Payday 2. Fuck it. Call him Mr. Teal if you want. Whatever. And, you could have had his fucking, Reservoir Dogs style get up, and have him. They even have the Reservoir Dogs sunglasses as an infamy reward. Give it to him as give him a unique pair of the shades. Since, if I'm right, every single color from the film had unique shades, they could have given him a unique pair instead. And it could have been an introduction for the Smith & Wesson handgun, because if you saw my Trank ranking for Metal Gear Solid 3, the Trank guns ranking for the Metal Gear Solid series, I have a soft spot for the Mark 22 because it looks like a Smith & Wesson pistol. I just like the design of it, between the enlarged back sights and just the frame of the gun, the nickel plating. It looked like a great gun. So they could have introduced that as well as a potential handgun you could have used. And for the perk deck, I don't know if this perk deck exists. I might as well do my fucking research here just to make sure. Perk decks. Let's see if it exists. Okay, it doesn't. I know there's a skill tree called the Professional or the Ghost, but they could have added a professional perk deck for, the Reservoir Dogs character. And it could have been around being a professional in the field, not killing civilians and just focusing on cops. And in terms of that, maybe for every hogtied civilian that you have in the field, or, a hostage as a cop, maybe you'll get some bonuses. I know there was something similar to that to the original perk deck, the crew chief, but it could have been expanded upon one to give you more options or more statistical benefits instead, wherever the fucking crew chief gives you. And who knows, maybe there could still be penalties or benefits from killing civilians as well. But I mean, it just depends on how they fucking worked on it. But from there, I mean, the sky's the limit in terms of heisting characters. I know there's probably a bunch of other fucking noticeable heisting films I probably, totally forgot. One that comes to mind, I forgot the film. Maybe it was called Stolen, but have that one heisting character that Nicolas Cage did. Oh my god! Imagine if fucking Nicolas Cage became a character in fucking Payday 2. That would have been a better fucking character than fucking fucking Ethan and Hilla. Fuck the YouTubers. Give me fucking Nicolas Cage. That would have been fucking better. Let me see if I can get a little more gold. Let me see if I can get a little more coke. Could have worked. You could have had some fucking memorable one-liners. But beyond the typical heisting characters, a dream character that I wish would have came into Payday 2, it's a guilty pleasure because he's kind of my hero of sorts in the gaming universe, because he kind of made me realize, oh, I'm a pathetic gamer. That's what I'll always be. But at least I'll take some pride in it. Travis Touchdown of No More Heroes fame. That character could have been so fucking awesome, you know? As much as it would have been like a cringe, out of ball, left field fucking character, I feel Overkill could have gotten in touch with, Suda51 to have the character in there. You know, he's down on his luck. He's not getting a lot of assassin jobs. You know, Bane contacts this fucking otaku assassin to rob a few banks, and he's just like, oh, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. You know, I need some money to pay off my my rental fees to buy a couple of new figures. Hell yeah, it'd be the perfect draw for Travis. And then from there he has his fucking otaku fucking perk deck where he can get some benefits for doing some like over stylized kills. Like have like there be an extra effect where if he has the otaku or maybe a different perk deck if it doesn't work well, a gamer perk deck, so to speak, where like the more kills you get, you rack up a high score, and maybe depending on the threshold for what score you get, you'll do more damage or take less damage, and the blood and gore effects will be over dramatized to represent, the No More Heroes style. Because that was like one of the things about No More Heroes that it was in the lens of like how Travis views the world he views as a video game. That's why it's like the gore's over the top. There's the retro style HUD, etc., etc. But yeah, that could work for like a gamer deck. And in terms of like the otaku deck, I don't know. Let it be like a melee centric build, or maybe he gets bonuses for like katana or ninja like weapons. So it kind of forces you in a particular play style, but it fits his theme. And maybe let it also work for like makeshift weapons, who knows? But I feel like the gamer perk deck works a lot more. And then, just get fucking Robert Akin down, so, do some voice lines. Let the bloodshed begin! It's game time! Just let him have his fucking lines. It'd be fucking awesome. Especially to hear how, he would react towards going up against, Washington's finest fucking corral of fucking unlimited cops. And in terms of his weaponry, since there was some artwork on one of Travis's cards, I actually want to look it up right now. Thank God for Google. It was card number 98 in the original No More Heroes game. And it looks like he has like a makeshift blaster that looks like the DL-44 blaster that Han Solo uses. So it kind of like represents the nerd culture he's coming from, so to speak. So give him some sort of like unique gun like that, like a makeshift otaku weeb handgun that he just made himself, and then give him his glorious beam katana. Or the Rose Nasties from fucking No More Heroes 2, which I still have to fucking play. But, yeah, that kind of devolved into a fucking No More Heroes jerk fest. But those are just some of my ideas in terms of, like, actual heisting characters they could have added in. And my dream character as well. Like, the sky's the limit in terms of how many characters they could have added in, but I guess because of licensing fees, them trying to just shovel out content to put the lights on, which I completely understand. It's justified. And, obviously the extra work they probably would have had to go into adding in more rooms to the safe house. They're obviously not going to add in any new characters anytime soon. But, I mean, it would be nice if they did. Because I know there was, like, one character they had in there in terms of the idea of, of a fucking cop that was turned, because I know they have that idea where you can convert a cop. I know there was on the Reddit ages ago, there was, that community thing for, like, build your own heist, or, Overkill was going to, feature it in the game. There was one where a converted cop just works for the fucking Payday gang. It actually sounded really fucking cool, and it was centered around, the converting perk deck. But no, they went for fucking Duke. Like, no offense towards Duke, but fuck it. Fuck that history nerd. Give me the fucking converted cop, please. But yeah, those are just some of my ideas for, like, potential future or dream fucking heisting characters. And again, my hero Travis. Usual chant, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let me know what characters you would have wanted to see in the Payday universe. You know, since we got various YouTubers and movie characters, I don't see why they couldn't have added in some other wacky characters from other licensed universes. I mean, fuck. Now I forgot. A little bit of a mention. They could add in the fucking characters from that Papel Netflix show. Wherever the fuck it was. Those, guys that wear the red jumpsuits. They could have done that as well, but... who knows? Only time will tell. Maybe they'll make an appearance in Payday 3. That could have been a theory. There you go, 5-second theory. New licensed characters possibly coming in Payday 3, who knows. But, yeah, just want to get that little bit of a rambling out of the way. Bye.